like just uncomfortable, no energy, no nothing, no happy, sad, anything, except you can feel the anger bubbling below the surface, but they just give you nothing. There's like nothing. And why are you telling me this? Just nothing. Just nothing. So it's a control mechanism. It's a control mechanism. This is one of the ways, yea, verily, many ways that they try to control. And it is intended to throw the other person off. It is intended to hurt their feelings. It is intended to make them feel worthless. It is intended to make them feel less than. It is intended to make them feel like what they are saying doesn't matter. And so that is why narcissistic personality disorder, and remember I'm talking about the malignant ones, that is why they use that. They use that flat affect. They use that, whatever you're saying to me doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form, mainly because it doesn't. And also because they want to make sure that you know that whatever you're saying means nothing to them. Absolutely nothing. They could care less. They couldn't care less. Sorry, I used that phrase wrong. They couldn't care less what you are saying. So yeah, that is what that kind of flat affect combined with the psychopath stare is. It's like, holy crap.
The eyes feature prominently in an engagement with another person. You look into someone's eyes to read them, to allow them to read you. You look away from someone in order to convey certain emotions. You fail to meet somebody's gaze to convey others. There is a specific use of the eyes in the narcissistic dynamic, and that is the stare. Ordinarily, staring at another person is considered to be rude and ill-mannered, although it may denote fascination and even infatuation. But even that stare from a besotted admirer may be regarded as rude, never mind the unending gaze of a passerby who cannot believe what he or she is witnessing. The stare, when deployed by our kind, takes on a different application altogether, and it manifests at different times during your engagement with us. 1. The stare in seduction. It is not used by all of our kind, but if you have been subjected to it, you will know it and you'll remember it well. That is why it was deep, powerful, and absolute. Number 2. The stare in devaluation. Neutrality. Prior to the devaluation proper, there is the stranger zone, where the person who once lit up your life becomes like a stranger, almost robotic. This is a change which occurs as a devaluation begins. It is not always present, as some of our kind move straight into the dark abuses of the devaluation from the off. But there is a precursor to this, when the person who once walked in with a cheery smile and a kiss just enters the room and sits down, devoid of any prevailing emotion. If you experience this, then you may also experience the stare at this juncture. This will be a hollow gaze, which is accentuated by the blank expression that accompanies it. It is not a look of confusion or misapprehension. It is not a look of dim-wittedness, but is instead the empty stare of an empty person. You are looking at the void that exists within all of our kind. This represents the crossroads. The darkness of the devaluation has not yet commenced, and its drawing of the negative fuel. Instead, you are looking at the in-between. The eyes which are devoid of warmth or hatred, empty of passion or malice, just a blank stare which conveys the void within. This will cause you to become confused. It will have you ask whether everything is all right, and have you wondering what has happened. You will be mystified as to where those mesmeric and scintillating gazes have gone. Why are you no longer looked at with that piercing and uplifting look? Where have we gone? A far worse stare awaits you. 3. The stare in devaluation, malice. This, perhaps, is the stare that most associate with our kind. When you are subjected to our malicious stare, our eyes darken, emphasized by the contortion of our features, which makes us appear like something else. This gaze will cause you to shrink back under its impact. The hatred that is embodied in the inky darkness will turn you cold, send ice through your heart, and is enough to even cause you to burst into tears. Terror will grip you, because when this stare is deployed against you, you are seeing the evil in our core, the pure, unadulterated hatred which we have for you. It is seething, dense and vicious. It bears down on you, reminding you of your weaknesses and vulnerabilities. A blackened glare which keeps on driving at you, pressing down on you, forcing you to feel small and wretched. You may have caught the occasional malicious glance from us, just a flash of hatred, but that is something else. Those glimpses were warnings which could only be used for an instant to avoid detection by third parties and fracturing of the facade. This is a stare. Sometimes it may be accompanied by hissed words of threat and insult. Sometimes it is cloaked in silence, the balefulness a clear warning that a period of silence will now be visiting you. The person that you thought we were will be truly and utterly absent. Your world has been annihilated in an instant and replaced by two orbs of glinting black, which tell you that you are hated. Totally hated.
And if you are empathic in the least, if you are a kind person, if you are, a feeling wonderful, normal human being, which most targets of narcissistic abuse are, then you're going to feel like, oh God, I'm not reaching them. It's my fault. I should have reached them. How come I'm not reaching them? This is intentional on their part. They want to make you off balance. They want to take you off of whatever topic you were just on, especially if you're nailing them to the wall on their abusive behavior, especially if you're talking to them about something that they have done. Oh, you bet your sweet bippy they will check out and do that stare.
The narcissistic glare. And it was an expression that he would give me whenever I was out or we were out with friends and I was happy and having a good time. Instead of looking over at me and being happy to see me happy, he would give me this glare. Sometimes he would give the glare even when he had a smile on his face. So it was always confusing, like, okay, he's smiling, but his eyes are like shooting daggers. And what that would cause me to do when I was married to him is it would cause me to kind of pause, and instead of feeling comfortable in my own skin, I would start evaluating myself, thinking, did I say something wrong? Did I do something that upset him? Why is he looking at me like that? What did I do to make him angry? Those are the things that I would think when I was married to him and I saw the narcissistic glare. And I realized after learning about narcissism that the glare, the whole purpose of the glare is to do that. So that instead of you feeling comfortable in your own skin, you kind of stop feeling so happy because you think something is wrong.